Browns 23-9 losers here in Pittsburgh, and we'll just start with Myles Garrett after this game, Mary Kay. Probably the most frustrated he's been this season, frustrated with them losing every game, it seems, the same way. And by that, you look at penalties, you look at drops, you look at just the offense not scoring enough points, mistakes across the board. Myles clearly showing from some frustration here as the Browns fall to 1-5.
Right. I asked him at the very end of his podium press conference if it's like it was with Joe Thomas, where the losing just starts to get you and get you to the point where it's really hard to kind of pull it back together and get yourself back up for these football games. And he said yes or yep. That was his one word answer to that question. But I was actually concerned by his demeanor and by his tone. You want him to be upset, but he seems almost defeated, and that's what you don't want. Of course, they're 1-5 right now. They only have a 2.3% chance of making the playoffs. So he can sort of see this slipping away. He had Super Bowl aspirations this year. He had NFL Defensive Player of the Year aspirations this year. He noted that he is frustrated as hell with the fact that they keep losing the same way every week. That being, of course, not being able to score points. So it's kind of getting ugly.
And Ashley, part of that frustration too seems to be, you look on the other side, Pittsburgh, they get this lead, they get to just tee off on Dillon Gabriel, whereas Myles Garrett doesn't get to do that on the other side.
Yes, and we've seen this Jim Schwartz defense really is at its best when the Browns offense gives them a lead, because this is a see quarterback, get quarterback scheme. Obviously, they want these guys playing downhill, but when you don't have a lead, it gets harder for the guys up front to take chances. They aren't going to call the defense the exact same. So really, you think back to last year as well. This was an issue then, and we really haven't, I think, gotten to see this defense at its best, even though they put up some of the best numbers in the league, really since that 2023 season, because the offense can't get them points.
Now, Mary Kay, I mentioned the Steelers teeing off on Dillon Gabriel to the tune of 16 quarterback hits today. This was a very difficult football game for the rookie in his second start, as you'd expect in this stadium against this team. But I even think this, by those standards, was pretty extreme.
It really was. I couldn't believe that he kept getting up time and time and time again and fighting through that. He's not a big guy. These are big, aggressive, angry, violent defenders throwing him to the ground time and time again. One time he smacked his head off the turf, got up, and kept fighting. I think he showed his teammates that he is really, really tough today. That will help him and that will serve him well in the future as he goes forward. But he can't keep getting hit like this. They have tackle issues once again. Cam Robinson started on the left side. Jack Conklin on the right side left the game with a concussion. He could possibly be out next week. Cam Robinson left with a knee injury. So once again, they're looking at major, major tackle issues, which never help this football team.
Yeah, and of course, Ashley, they don't have much room for error because they have a rookie backup quarterback now, too, in Shedeur Sanders. So if Dillon can't go for some reason, if he has to leave a game, it's on to a rookie. They just can't keep exposing these guys. Whether it's Dillon Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders in his place, they can't expose them to this kind of pressure and this many hits in a football game.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm even surprised with this game today that we didn't see Dillon Gabriel have to get a concussion check. I mean, I'm thinking about the Patrick Queen flag and the Jerry Jeudy offsetting penalties, that play in the first half. Jerry Jeudy had the offensive pass interference that got offset by that roughing the passer call, and Dillon Gabriel's head bounced off the ground here. I was half expecting them to come out and take him to the blue tent, but they didn't. But I think it, again, just underscores when you're a quarterback getting hit that many times in a single game, those kinds of plays or the roughing penalties are more likely to happen. Just the law of averages of the game.
Now, Kevin Stefanski after the game didn't have a ton to say, but he did leave open the possibility that he would consider giving up play calling to offensive coordinator Tommy Rees, just in the vein of they're going to try everything, they're going to look at everything. So, Mary Kay, that is at least, for now, Kevin not saying anything about it, that at least is on the table.
It is on the table, just like every single thing is on the table, but I really can't see right now how Tommy Rees calling the plays is going to really change anything with this offense. They have receivers dropping passes. They have young guys all across the board, and again, they have the tackle issues. The saving grace for them right now is that they are heading into a couple of winnable games, including against the 1-5 Dolphins at home next week. They've been on the road, on the road, on the road. They finally come home. They face a 1-5 team. Maybe they can get right. Then, of course, they go play the Patriots. That's not going to be easy. But maybe a victory will kind of just put everything to rest for just a week. Let's see how that goes.
Right, because of course the Dolphins are on the other side saying, "Hey, we get to go play the 1-5 Browns, and they're averaging like 13 points a game." So we'll see, Ashley. But Kevin is getting to that point where he's got to start pulling some levers here if they can't get this offense figured out.
Yeah, he does. I'm with Mary Kay. I don't quite see how the play calling, switching hands is going to change a ton for this offense right now because I do think a lot of these issues don't necessarily have to do with the play calling. I mean, I asked Jerry Judy about all these drops today because it wasn't just him. David had a couple. Harold Fannin had a couple. It was kind of across the board. Isaiah Bond obviously had that play when they were in the red zone that the ball hit him in the head. And Jerry said a lot of it, he thinks, in himself included, is knowing they're down, guys wanting to make a big play before they've actually secured the football. So those are things that I'm like, does play calling and that changing responsibilities actually fix anything? I don't think the answer is yes.
Okay, we've got full coverage of another loss here in Pittsburgh, all at cleveland.com/Browns.